Live from Indianapolis in New York, it is Friday night. Hey there, gang, it's Pete Spellos. No, really, it's Pete Spellos. With Breakfast Anytime, improv and sketch comedy. Welcome to PopCon After Hours, as we once called this. PopCon 2021. We hope you're all having a great day at the convention center with 2 more fabulous days of PopCon. If you haven't been there yet, popcon.us. Go to the website, see all the fantastic events and guests that they have lined up. And of course, if you're here, it means you're home and you're enjoying PopCon with us. We got our normal gang of crazies here with us tonight. This is actually PopCon number 8. I've been involved in 5 of them. This is Breakfast Anytime's 4th show that we're doing for PopCon, our 2nd virtual one, and my first one without pants. I'm very excited about all of this. Robert, front and center, if you will, young man. This is Robert Getz, you. This is Robert Kopaku. Robert is my, not only a company member, but one of my dance captains, as we call him, and certainly the fabulous editor of all the sketches we do for Breakfast Anytime. Robert is filling in for our Tech Sergeant Chen, who's playing hooky from Improv tonight. He's probably at the PopCon doing something else at PopCon, but that's okay. We missed him and we love you, Joshie, when you see this. But Robert's going to do all the tech. Oops, I felt that one. That was lovely. Robert's going to do all the tech stuff. So as we used to say at the nightclub, we're going to take your suggestions, and if it sucks, it's your fault because got to give good suggestions. In fact, if you are on the PopCon page right now or on our page, you can give suggestions for some improvs later in the show. We need occupations. We need childhood obsession that some kid would be obsessed with. Could be a toy or a game. And we also need your favorite holiday. So what you can do is you can type those in the comment section, and Robert will get them to me when we do. We're gonna do a sketch later on, which basically is a recorded sketch to give us a bathroom break. But aside from that, it's something we did last year at PopCon. We wish we could be there, but you know what? A lot of us old folks, well, we couldn't get to PopCon this year, especially the man I'm going to introduce right now. Jim Brownlow, front and center, young man. I've had the pleasure of working with this man for, he hates to hear it, but 40 plus years. Jim and I were the morning comedy team on WPLJ FM ABC in New York, 1979 to 1981. We did stand-up in New York together as 3 of the funniest guys in town. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Howard Hoffman. Jim was with me at my nightclub in New York, who's on First, part of the Usual Suspects. And now to have him, he's in New York, by the way. That's why we're kind of happy we're doing this virtually, because we got Jim to perform with us tonight. How are you, my friend?
I am well. Yeah. It's the weekend.
It is the weekend.
If I had a day job, that would be really exciting.
Remember that Robert Klein line from Fortune Cookies? He opens up a cookie and it says, "It's a good day to ask for a raise." And his response was, if I had a job, I would ask for a raise. So we're going to introduce the cast here, but Robert is going to be my partner in crime, my Tech Sergeant Chen Jr. with all the so if there's a mistake, forgive us. We're new at this game and we're just going to have fun. Sit back, give us your suggestions. As we used to say, smoke them if you got them, have a drink, have a nice cold Coca-Cola and a piece of cake, sit back on a Friday night and enjoy the show. All right, Robert, you can disappear right now. Bye. But he's going to introduce you maybe. Yep. So we play a game called Meet the Cast right now, which is very simple. Jim's going to introduce one of the people in the cast, but the way he's going to introduce him is he's going to describe that person according to what is actually on their screen in foreground and background. So get ready. This is your first musical cue, Robert. And yes, I'll shut my camera off. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the cast.
I'd like Chris to come out and join us, please. Chris, actually, that's exactly what I looked like about 50 years ago. Yeah, surprisingly enough. And the interesting part about Chris is you can see the background is very dark. He has to be in a dark background and a dark surrounding and only come out at night because if the sunlight hits him, he starts to disintegrate. And that's another thing we have in common. Chris, please take it away.
Well, thank you for that beautiful introduction, Jim. I would like to introduce Emily, come out here, please. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were working today. I'm so sorry about that. She's backstage. You guys didn't know this, but she is an exotic dancer. I didn't mean to bother you right now. I hope you have a couple minutes.
I'm clothed. It's fine.
Yeah. If you didn't know, and she has a fun hobby of making clothes. Actually, that shirt right there is made from an old tablecloth that my grandma used to have. I love it, by the way. I don't know. It works. But that's him. Please take it away.
All right. I would like to introduce Robert. Robert, come on up here. Where did Robert go? Oh, there he is. Okay, guys, this is Robert, and here's a really fun fact about Robert. If you notice in the background, he's got all of these little things around that thing that looks like a map. Those are actually awards. And here's the thing. There's actually this underground championship that couples can enter. And really what they do is they compete to see which couples can last the longest fighting over a place to eat without actually ordering anything. And so he and his wife, Carrie, actually hold, I believe, the world record for what is it, 31 days, like 17 hours and 24 minutes or something like that. Who's counting? But everybody, this is Robert. He is very highly esteemed.
Thank you for that amazing introduction. I would like to invite up Martin. Martin, are you out there? Martin, can you hear me? Oh, everybody, this is Martin Jones. Now, you may not know this about Martin Jones, but in his spare time, he enjoys piano. You see the piano in the background. He's actually opened for Elton John. Not that Elton John, the other Elton John of Mishawaka. So, he's hoping to make it into the big time, but he's not quite there yet. He also owns a fantastic vacation home. Look at that stone fireplace in the background. That place he's hiding out is actually a bunker in the wilderness of Tennessee. You won't find him anywhere else. He's off the grid, but good luck. Everybody, Martin Jones.
I would like to introduce Libby Bolden. So come on up, Libby. I mean, look at Libby. She's great. And, she's living in Graceland. That's the jungle room right there. She makes peanut butter and banana sandwiches. She takes care of the TV that the Elvis Presley shot, put a bullet through. And she gives concerts on the weekend as an Elvis impersonator. So everybody, Libby Bolden.
Well, thank you very much. I would like to introduce our friend Ren. Ren, can you join us? Hi.
Hi.
So, a little fun fact about Ren. She is a professional hair grower. So, her hair grows super fast, and then she cuts it off and sells it, and they make it into wigs. It's amazing. It's incredible. I've seen it happen. It's kind of like those dolls we used to have as kids where you move their arm and their hair grows. That is totally Ren. She's like the human embodiment of that doll. So, we love having you, doll.
Aw, thank you, Libby. That's so sweet. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce Jim. What you might not know that Peter didn't share with you earlier about Jim, if he's gonna pop up. Jim, there you are. Jim is the most hard of hearing person on the planet.
I'm what?
So hard of hearing that his keyboard is actually Braille, and he just puts his hands on it, and it starts vibrating. And he's also the world's fastest speed reader as well. He pioneered the technology. As you can see, he's also allergic to the sun, which helped him spend so many hours in his basement to, revolutionize the world. Thank you, Jim.
It's a job. You're welcome. Glad to help. And I believe Peter is the only person you haven't met, but I...
No, you have to introduce me. It's me. Really? Am I the last one?
I think we've got everybody, don't we?
Well, then that's the game.
Well, then.
Everybody come on the screen and wave hello to everybody. Come on, gang. And there is Breakfast Anytime. And while you're still on the screen, a couple things I didn't know about my cast. Libby Bowman, I've known for 5+ years. And now that she's done her Elvis impersonation, she's in big trouble with me. Yeah, she's in huge trouble. That we're going to see that again in some scene. I'm getting her a big old wig. And Ren, Let me see the tips of your hair. Show us the hair. It's still Julie Solaris color from when you did that character. Look at that.
Un poquito,
And Chris,
un poquito.
Chris, you do look frighteningly like Jim. It's really scary.
Oh yeah, it's getting up there.
I love that. That's the first thing he reaches for.
Yeah.
All right, disappear, everybody, because you're coming back in a second. Except you, Robert. Yeah, no, not Robert. I disappeared. How did that work? I can't believe I did that. Wait a second. There he is. Ah, fat fingers are the devil's playground. I got to tell you. We love political comedy, but obviously not here with Breakfast Anytime. And you know what? People argue about these main issues that are going on in the world. Left, right, red, blue, climate change, flat earth, it doesn't matter. We here at Breakfast Anytime, we like to debate topics that are kind of closer to home for everybody. So let me get two people up front. Who's our first two? I think it's Jim and Emily. I don't have my schedule up in front of me. It is. This is a game we call, get ready, Robert, that's your cue. That's debatable. That would be a music cue. And that would be a music cue when I say that's debatable.
Dun, 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 dun.
Guys, I found it.
He never shares his bourbon. Never, ever, ever. It's just, I hate that about him. So again, Robert and I are going to disappear in a minute. We're going to go in the other room and have a discussion here. But this is a game called That's Debatable. They're going to get a subject to argue about. Now, we don't have our game buzzer tonight. No, not again. Sure,
you said that's debatable. I thought maybe it's.
Oh, you're improvising now. But this is a game where you usually have a game show buzzer. So I'll just say time, and they'll have to end at that moment. So Robert, let's you and I disappear. I have the magic file cards with all the suggestions that you folks have sent in during the week. I know I have to find my camera button. Very good. All right, Jim and Emily will argue. You are 4. Jim, you'll start. Hot Pockets, go.
Hot Pockets are the best. Why? Because they're little pockets and they're hot. All you have to do is pop them in the microwave. They come out, you've got a meal. Okay, it doesn't have any nutrition, but who cares about nutrition these days, right? And the main thing is you can do it fast, because that's what's important. We want our food fast, we want our cars fast, and we want, well, of course, that has to be fast too. And that's why Hot Pockets, and they come in different flavors, different sizes. They're wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh,
There's
nothing more abysmal than Hot Pockets. That is just a whole bomb of sodium wrapped in some like weird spongy bread. That's disgusting. And yeah, they're really fast. You put them in the microwave. Have you ever tried to eat a Hot Pocket straight out of the microwave? If you're hungry now, guess what gets on the roof of your mouth? Freaking burnt cheese. Nobody wants that. And then you've got that blister and it just stays there forever. And they all taste the same. Broccoli, cheese, pepperoni, doesn't matter. It just all tastes like a bunch of salty, greasy nastiness.
Thank you. And by the way, Spongy Bread was my stripper name. A lot of people don't realize that for many years. All right, next group up. We have Martin and good, it's Robert. And who's starting?
Me, I guess.
Oh, Robert, okay. You need to know this. It's on your schedule. All right, Martin, you are 4. Crocs, the footwear, go.
Crocs are the best. They changed my freaking life. They make my feet feel comfortable. I married my wife because of Crocs. I eat food out of Crocs. I plant trees in Crocs. I put an alligator in a Croc. Oh man, they're just so terrific. They have scales. They have holes. They're named after my favorite animal, a crocodile.
Freeze! Robert, you're against Crocs.
Everybody hates Crocs. They are criminal. Nobody should be able to wear them. You should outlaw them. In some countries, it's considered inhumane treatment to try to put them on a foot. I'm talking about a little piece of soft plastic that has holes in it. It's like the Swiss cheese of shoes. Why in God's good name would you ever want to put Swiss cheese on your feet? And your feet smell like terrible Swiss cheese. Not to mention everyone can see your terrible, terrible toenails and the terrible foot fungus. I'm not saying you have foot fungus, but if you do, everyone's going to know about it.
Thank you very much. Next group up. We're still getting that terrible echo, brother. Who's my next group? I know, no worry. Oh, it's Chris and Ren. Who's the 4? Ren, you are 4. Energy drinks, go.
Energy drinks are the best. Do you know you can inhale them? Also, you can drop them in your eyes. They're like the best thing ever. Oh my god. They also come in like all the colors of the rainbow, so they're also pride friendly. And who doesn't love pride? Pride is the best too. Energy drinks. They make the best hair dye too. Did you know that they make the best? And it stays forever. 5-hour energy, 50-month hair color. It's the best ever.
Freeze! Chris, you're against energy drinks.
Oh God, those things are awful. Why would you want to drink electric piss? I mean, who in the hell thought of energy drinks? All you did is put a bunch of sugar and a bunch of minerals that you don't even know what they are, and you put them in this can. And it's just gross. It looks horrific. It looks like cleaning chemicals. Actually, I would rather drink cleaning chemicals. I think Fabuloso is better than energy drinks. Energy drinks don't even give you energy. It just gives you anxiety and heart attacks and cholesterol.
Thank you. Very good. And by the way, electric piss was the name of my garage band growing up. A lot of people don't realize that. The next 2 people up are, it's Elvis. And who's with Elvis? Don't make me get up the sky. Oh, it's Robert. Okay. You are, who's 4? Libby, you're 4? Oh, Robert, you're 4. Robert, you are 4. Yeah. Vegan ice cream.
Vegan ice cream is the most delicious thing in the world. If you think about it, there's a whole lot of people who aren't able to eat ice cream, but I want to make sure that they can have ice cream. Even this dog over here wants to eat ice cream. You heard him talking about it earlier. He wants ice cream, but he can't have dairy products. So you have vegan ice cream. That's right, buddy. That's what I'm saying. Vegan ice cream is the way of the future when you think about it. It's like a world where you don't even need cows anymore, maybe even robot cows if you think about it. Those could be the things that make the vegan ice cream so that everybody can eat it without any sort of animal byproducts.
Thank you. Libby, you're against vegan ice cream.
Why vegan ice cream? Just eat regular ice cream. Otherwise, it's not ice cream. What is it? Vegan ice? That sounds disgusting. I don't understand why you can't just eat milk. Just drink the milk. And what if you're allergic to all of those like almonds and coconuts and all that garbage? Like, what are you supposed to do with vegan ice cream that's made up of all of these top 8 allergens? Just eat the ice cream. It's healthier for you than any of those vegan options ever could be. I mean, who is
Thank you. It's good to know where we. Thank you. We're having gang just at home. We're having a little problems with the audio, so we apologize if we're kind of jumping on each other here. The next group, right back to 1, Jim and Emily. There we go. Jim, all right. Emily, you're 4. Children's theater, go.
Children's theater is the best. You've got kids that are like, you know what? I think I want to be a theater kid. And then you've got the older theater people that are like, yes, you totally do. So you get a bunch of kids, doesn't matter what their age is. They just get together and they just get to go and be weird and like make really good decisions. And we play with puppets and there's crafts and it's just amazing. And then these
Thank you. Jim, you're against children's theater. Go. We're keeping these short now.
Oh, come on. The kids, they should be outside. They should be playing. They should have a good time, not memorizing scripts. And what about the child labor laws? What about those child labor laws? And do they get paid? If they do get paid, I want to cut. Even though I don't have kids, I want to cut because I can act short. I can raise my voice. I can go up high and like that. I could fake it. All right. All right. I get a wig, so I look a little bit like Chris. Okay.
Thank you. Group number 2, come on up. Robert and not you, Jim. Is it you?
I tried.
Nope. No, he's trying to sneak in there.
You can
Robert,
understand me.
I can't. Robert, you are 4 bunk beds.
I love bunk beds. It's the greatest thing ever. If you think about beds, that's where you get your rest. And if you stack 2 on top of each other, boom, bunk beds. It's the greatest thing in the world. Think about where you and your brother or your sister could both hang out. You can make a little pillow fort out of it, put a blanket on the front of it, and then you can pretend it's a spaceship, a bunk spaceship. It's like a spaceship sandwich on top of each other made out of your bunk beds. It's the greatest thing ever. It also enables a lot of imagination. I mean, if you think about the bunk bed setup,
Thank you.
It also enables you.
Martin, you're against.
Those are horrible, man. In an earthquake, you could die if the thing on top falls on you on the bottom, and you're always fighting with your sibling over who wants the top bunk. And if they're too freaking tall, you crack your head on the ceiling, and who wants to end up with a freaking concussion? And then they're horrible. They're tiny. They don't make them for grown-ups. They make
Thank you. Very good. Next group, come on in. We're knocking these down to 20 seconds. Chris and It's Ren. Chris, you are 4. Dipping your French fries in a chocolate shake.
Oh my God! What is there else in life besides dipping French fries in your chocolate shake? I mean, you get the saltiness of a fry and you get that starchiness of a potato, and you mix it with chocolate. There's nothing that makes my inner fat kid feel better than putting fried crap in chocolate. I mean, I want to cover myself in chocolate. I would dip me in chocolate if I could. With
Thank
the fries.
you. Ren, you're against.
They are the worst together. First off, Chris wants to jump in it. Anyways, have you ever taken a date out for a chocolate malt and French fries? Everyone gets bloated and farty, and that date is going downhill real fast. Like, you can't even find a good one anyways if that's what you want to do. Like, you know, I'm not going to kink shame anybody. If you want to get farty and bloaty with your love, like, that's fine. But, you know, you can't find good ones anymore. It's the worst ever. Can't even
Thank
get
you.
vintage.
Hey, very good. And by the way, Bloaty and Farty were the names Jim and I went by when we were doing radio together. A lot of people don't realize that. And finally, Libby and Robert. Who's starting this one? Libby, you are 4 cigars.
Ooh, I love a good cigar. There's nothing better than the smell just wafting through the air and then sticking in your hair and your clothes for days on end. And you just keep feeling like you're smelling and smoking that cigar over and over again. The way it just heats up your whole mouth when you smoke it. And then your lungs just start to fill with smoke. I know you're not really supposed to like breathe it in, but that's really the best way to smoke a cigar. Because then
Thank
you know
you. And finally, Robert, you're against cigars.
Do you want to die? Because I don't want to die. I don't want to die soon. And cigars will make you die sooner, guys. It's got carcinogens. It's got smoke. It'll kill people around you with secondhand smoke. Also, they can be highly illegal depending on where you're getting those cigars. And if I know Peter, I know he's getting that good illegal stuff. I mean, they taste great, but they're terrible for you, and it's against the law. And I like freedom. So if you hate America, I guess you can enjoy cigars. If you want to die, you can like cigars. But, you know, I personally enjoy living in this free country of ours.
Thank you.
Because I don't hate America.
Thank you very much. And that's debatable. That was our first game of the night, gang. We're very happy to have you here. Once again, popcon.us. If you're just coming on to PopCon this weekend, there's lots of fabulous stuff still going at PopCon. Somebody remind me to put on my camera. Please put on your camera. There we go. I'm back here. See that?
Oh, there he is. Hey, bud.
I know it's you know, it's all those years with Jim doing radio. The disembodied voice things work. But like I'm saying, popcon.us is the place to go to see what's on the schedule for Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you check and get there early because you want to see all the great things that are going on. This game comes to us directly from my partner Jim here, who came up with this game a couple months ago and turned it on to us. We call it Gibberish Dictionary or Breakfast Anytime Dictionary. Let me have my first 4 players out there because I'm still trying to bring the information. I'm having a little problem with the schedule here. So I think I'm starting. I'm vamping here, by the way. Who's doing the acting out?
Emily and Robert.
Robert.
Okay, great. I was hoping to hear voices in that moment because I'm stalling.
Sorry, I am. And Robert.
There you go. No, I'm sorry. Now I brought up the schedule. So Ren and I will say a gibberish word. Ren will then define this strange gibberish word, and Emily and Robert then have 20 to 30 seconds to act out the definition of the gibberish word. Nobody knows what the word's going to be. We're going to see it right now. And once again, Emily and Robert, I'll yell freeze. You know,
nailed it.
Dogs and kids and tech guys with an itchy trigger finger. This is how it's going to go, Robert. I'm going to say the introduction. I'm going to go, and this game is called BA Dictionary. And yet, I'm hungry for a taco right now. I don't know why. I will do the word. Ren will do the definition. Robert and Emily will act it out without the music. Are you ready, Ren?
Yep.
Furnace starter.
Furnace starter. Traditionally hand-woven over-the-knee sock that is gifted by your wife's grandmother.
honey, this is breathtaking. Can you see? Oh my goodness, she put so much work into this. Do you love it?
Yeah, and I like it. It's a strange 10th anniversary gift, but I can learn to love it over time.
Oh my goodness,
hate it.
no, you have to. What? You hate it? No, you have to try it on. You're going to totally hurt her feelings if you don't.
Oh, I love you. And the thing is, it goes up to my thigh, and it's supposed to hit the knee. That's very important.
We
very
can maybe
sad.
hem it a little. Yeah, we'll just cut it off where it's supposed to be, and they won't even know. It's fine.
The leg or the sock?
Your choice.
We'll never find out what happens to them. The next group up there, let me have Chris, Jim, Libby, and Martin. Well, you know what? I'm going to make myself disappear for a second. And at my weight, that's really hard. Hey, Paula. You know, someone get the flag. We got to shine off Jim's bald head over there. So
Yeah.
weigh that down a bit. All right. So, who's doing the word here? Let me look this up. Oh, it's. I'm looking at the wrong page.
Chris is doing the
does
word. I'm defining
Jim
it.
does the definition, and Libby and Martin will act it out. Begin.
Von Wiedelschneit.
Von Wiedelschneit. That was the man who actually invented the hand grenade. There was a long process in Germany where they were trying different shapes, but he came up with this sort of oblate spheroid chopped off at the ends, and that's the one they used. And that's why it's named for him.
Maybe you can give them the shorter version of that definition.
It's a hand grenade.
Thank you very much.
Can you pause the pen?
I thought it was the posted pen, but it is not. It's a square. It's not a round.
This is the wrong shape.
I want to kill the enemy, but I cannot because I need to cut this down and make it round so I can throw this thing.
Let's take a sandpaper and we will shape it.
Sandpaper shall work. I will cut the side and I throw it and the enemy they blow up and they not get hurt too bad, but just right there.
Can you
Freeze! Very, very good. Very good. Now we know why the Germans lost the war, ladies and gentlemen, right here, because of those hand grenades. My next group, please. And by the way, oh, there she is. There's two. There's three. That means there's one more coming. Martin and Emily, Chris and Ren. Huh, there they are. Martin, begin.
Chinkogaba.
Oh, Chinkunaba is the fine art of lacing a shoelace with a frayed shoelace.
Whoa, that's not going to work.
You know, maybe if you weren't always breathing over my shoulder, I could maybe get it done.
Lacing a shoelace with a frayed shoelace.
You know, you just don't have any respect for art or creative vision at all.
No, art makes sense. It's just that's dumb.
You're dumb. Your shoes are dumb. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
I'm wearing sandals.
Freeze!
Oh, bless you guys, I misspoke.
That's right. And the last one is Libby and Robert with Peter and Jim. Oh, it's me. Oh, look at this. I got to turn on my camera. Hey, and Robert, will you yell the freeze to let us know it's over?
I will indeed.
All right. Here we go.
You have to unmute yourself. Genevalexia.
Genevalexia. That feeling that you're not where you're supposed to be.
I'm hanging off the tree here, Bob. I didn't expect this on our weekend.
Well, I figured you could get all the way to the top, but I think your weight might have been a problem.
Well, I should have waited. Is that what? Wait a minute. What are you saying?
I'm saying that you're larger than the average person in a notable way.
Well, I thought you wanted me to get to the top of the branch so you could, take one of those selfies with me.
That was the idea, but you see now what you're doing, you're making the tree bend over, you see. because of
Wait a
your
minute.
weight there.
Wait a minute.
No, wait, come back. Let me hear. There you
Hey,
go.
hang it. Well,
There
I'm
you
starting to go again. Do that again. That
No,
was
no,
fun.
wait, no, come back, little Sheba. Come
There we go.
back.
I love a little visual comedy. That kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Well, just remember. Did you hear that?
Yeah, the beep, the buzzer.
The freeze. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah,
He
I
said
heard
freeze.
it.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Freeze. Oh, good. All right. We're
It's on
having
a
too much-
delay.
I know it is out on a delay, and next time, and we're gonna get Libby back here to do her Elvis impersonation. So I'm kidding, unless she's gonna make a face at
Thank
me
you
right.
very much.
Oh, there you go. I don't have to see it. Oh, you're in such trouble with me now that I know you can do that. Oh, I'm so happy. All right, the next game, Robert. How are you, Robert?
Oh, I'm good. There's a lot of buttons and levers to pull, and I got a little hipster going on a little wheel. It's a lot.
It is a lot, but we really thank you for jumping in there and filling in for Joshy tonight to do all this. I don't know if you folks know this, but most of you folks who are in Indianapolis do. We have a fabulous zoo here in Indianapolis. And it's been rough. The pandemic has been rough on the animals too, and everything's just starting to open up. So get ready, because this is going to be a cue, Robert. We figured that why don't we take a trip down there and interview some of the animals today. By the way, how this game is played, the players coming on don't know the animal they're going to get, and they don't know the emotional state they're going to get. So, Robert, let's take a trip down to, and that's a terrible sentence, at the zoo. That actually was Morse code for the cue was on time. Excellent. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
So our first, Libby is our first animal. And when I mean that in the best sense of the word. And a lot of people don't know this, but Libby is a surprised polar bear.
Did you see that Coca-Cola?
No, what?
It just came out of nowhere.
No, really?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I think Santa Claus brought it.
Santa Claus? Here at the zoo?
That is shocking.
So what would you want Santa surprising you with at Christmas this year?
Oh my goodness. I could really use some new boots.
Some polar bear boots?
Yeah. Well, I don't want polar bear boots. I want polar boots.
That would be wrong. That'd be like cutting the feet off a friend. So what kind of boots would you like?
I mean, I would take some snakeskin boots. That would be okay.
Yeah, nobody likes those snakes anyway. Thank goodness I don't have a snake on here this evening, otherwise we'd be in a lot of trouble. So what surprises you most coming from the Antarctic and now you're in Indianapolis? What is the most surprising thing about living here?
The weather. It's totally unpredictable. I liked that it was always cold and always white. And here it's like hot in the morning and then it gets cold and then there's a tornado and then a snowstorm and it's all in one day.
You know what, sister? I feel you. It rained 5 different times yesterday and was sunny 6 different times.
I know. And I was surprised every single time.
Well, that's it. If you could tell something to a young polar bear who's also living a surprise life, what would you say to them?
You know what? Keep one eye open because you just never know. You just never know.
No, you're right. What's a good rule for everybody? Well, thanks, Lib. It was nice seeing you.
It was nice to see you.
And you know what? By the way, this polar bear does a killer Elvis impression. I don't know if you don't realize this. We have Martin coming next.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go. That was at a higher register than I expected. This is Martin, and Martin is our lonely zebra. He's the only one we have here at the zoo. How are you, Martin?
I'm lonely. I don't have anybody to snuggle up to.
Well, I understand. Well, I'm here to talk to you now, Martin. It's okay, but we've been trying to get you another zebra. Did you have a family back in Africa?
I did. They shot me with a dart and they put me on a boat and then they brought me over here.
That's the same way I got married the same way. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to ask the zebra a question. Are you white with black stripes, or is it the other way around? Or is the stripes, what is your natural color?
I prefer white with black stripes with black white stripes.
with black white stripes, so like an NFL referee, sort of.
Yeah.
So let's pretend that this is like Tinder for zebras. What would you have on your profile to attract a zebra to come to the zoo there, Martin?
Lonely horse-like creature that just wants love. Somebody, anything that looks like a zebra or a horse or a giraffe, I don't care.
Well, giraffe, that would be interesting. What are your hobbies?
I eat grass.
Okay, we maybe have to get you another hobby or two. That might help you out a little bit. Well, I'll make sure a giraffe comes over and hugs you later on, Martin. All right. Thanks. Take care, son. It's all right. Next up is Jim. Jim is our. It's funny. Jim is our Alaskan king crab, and he's very sentimental.
You know, I remember the old days.
Well, tell us about. Well, how long ago was that?
Oh, 40, 50 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, when we used to practice walking straight. We tried to walk straight, but
really,
try though we might, we always wound up going sideways.
And what? Go ahead.
You've experienced that in some shows, haven't you?
Well, I've gone sideways. My marriage went sideways.
Sure.
Talk about many different things. So why did you decide to not walk a straight line anymore?
We couldn't. Our little legs, they just go they're bent so that they go from side to side, but going forward we just would tip over on our skull and then have to use our pincers to straighten ourselves up again. It just didn't work.
No, and you know what? You're an Alaskan king crab. So what do you miss most about Alaska?
Our governor. I miss our governor running for vice president. Those were the good days.
The former is Sarah Palin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wow.
Good old Sarah. Yeah.
What do you miss about her?
Her leaving?
Yeah.
That's
I set you up for that. Very nice. And a king crab. Are all Alaskan crabs king crab, or are you
no,
the
no,
king of the...
No, not all of them have the crown. I'm one of the few that has the crown.
It's lovely, by the way.
And then there are queen crabs too. They have like a little taffeta thing that goes around their neck. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you have a queen crab at the zoo with you?
I do.
Well,
Matter of fact, I just gave her a pincer ring last week, so it's going to be serious now.
Yep. You know what?
Yep.
Well, I hope to dance sideways at your wedding someday. So
I would love to see that.
That would be great. Well, thanks, Jim, for dropping by. We appreciate that so much. Next, we have lovely Emily, the blissful peacock, is here with us today. How are you, Em? Turn the mic on in your cage, Emily. That would make it much even better over there.
Sorry, you know what? I was just having such a good time. I forgot. It's really a good time to be a peacock. Let me just tell you.
Well, why is it a good time to be a peacock?
Well, you know, I have all these feathers. I mean, did you know that? I have all of these feathers. I am the most beautiful thing in the whole zoo.
Well, and we can see all the colors behind you. Are those the colors?
Yes! Look at this display. Can you believe it?
I didn't know you were so shiny with peacock feathers.
You know what? Not everybody can shine like me, but when you're good, you're good. Yeah, I am so lucky.
And tell us something we don't know about peacocks.
Oh my gosh. So it's a little known fact that peacocks actually sleep with their eyes open. Yeah. So like we go to sleep, we see everything. This is why nobody eats us.
No, I don't think I've ever had a peacock entree or appetizer.
That is why that is not on the menu, sir. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's not on the menu. And you know what? There might be kids listening, so I'm just going to leave whatever's not on the menu off the menu right now. Something you'd like to say to a peacock of foreign nature, a peacock who hasn't enjoying the bliss that you enjoy?
Oh my gosh. If you are a peacock and you are feeling down in the dumps, just stop it. Stop it, guys. It is amazing. We are amazing creatures. We're so beautiful. Just bask in that beauty. Okay?
And we bask in yours, you little shiny peacock.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming by, Em.
Bye.
Next. Bye. She's adorable. Next we have Chris, and Chris is an annoyed beaver, and I'm not sure why are you so annoyed today, Chris?
Damn, my dams! They're breaking my dams.
Who's breaking your dams?
Who's breaking my dams? Those
I asked you the
huge
same
zebras.
question. The zebra. Why are the zebras breaking your dams?
Well, it's actually just I thought there was multiple zebras, but it's just one zebra, and he's like, I don't know, sad or something, and he's just sitting there on my dam. It took so many hours.
Maybe he just wanted to snuggle.
Oh, maybe he should go for a swim and never get back up.
But and what else is annoying you today while I have you at it?
Oh, don't. No, we shouldn't go. Let's go there. How about what the hell is with that peacock? All right. All she does is flash her feathers around, and I get it. They're colorful. Hey, you got colors. Ooh, I got a rainbow. Ooh. No one gives a shit about a rainbow. I mean, get out of here with that. Okay. What are you attracting? Have you seen a male peacock? They look like a female peacock. What is the deal? Like,
well, all peacocks look alike.
I know, but
they're all beautiful.
Have you seen a male beaver? Right, a male beaver has a big tail. He's strong. He builds a dam. Have you seen a female beaver? She's big and weighs. But peacocks, they look the same.
You know, I'm going to get beaver letters now from all over the country because of that. So hopefully you'll be less annoyed next time I see you. But we hope everything works out for you. And snuggle with the zebra every once in a while.
Screw him.
But okay, well, that's probably never mind. Next we have, look, it's Robert, the optimistic penguin. He is one of the most positive animals here in the zoo. How are you, Robert?
Well, you know what? Everything's all right for me, and frankly, it's only getting better. I mean, I've been working on this cat routine. I just molted out all of my winter feathers, and I am ready to just strut my stuff. I am so excited.
You look great. Now I can't tell because you're so far away. Are you an Antarctic penguin or like a South African penguin? Are you a cold weather penguin or not?
Well, I'm actually a New Zealand fairy penguin. That's right, one of those little guys. I look like I'm far away, but really, I'm just really small and cute. Everybody loves me.
I thought that was a puffin. I didn't know that was a penguin.
Oh, puffins! Puffins are great. I am so excited for the puffin population. They're coming back. But we're also there, just these little penguins that are just really making a comeback. Everything's looking up.
Well, listen, Robert, with the zoo opening and everything, what's the most optimistic thing you're looking forward to this summer with the tourism coming back to Indianapolis?
Oh, I mean, what's not to be optimistic about, Peter? People will be coming back. People will be visiting us and making strange faces at us. People will be looking at the penguins and doing that cute little waddle that you humans do when you try to imitate us. It looks so cute. Peter, I think you waddle everywhere you go. Isn't that right?
It's, it's so interesting that I'm taking so many notes here tonight. But yes, I'm from a family of waddlers. Oh, look, that's all the time I have to talk to the penguin, though. There we go. Oh, look how happy she is. But this is Wren. Don't let her fool you. This is Wren, the disillusioned chameleon. How are you, Wren?
Questioning reality. Why? What's even the point?
Well, what is the point of a chameleon?
We're stuck in these enclosures, these boxes. I'm in a box. Polar bear, giant enclosure. Gets freaked out when a soda can floats by. What's the point? I'm in a little box. Kids tap on the glass all the time. I'm done.
But you change color. You can look 1,000 different ways. The insect of 1,000 faces, they call you.
Yeah, when you want to dress up and look like your food, yeah, then we can talk. I don't like to look like flies or crickets. I'm a chameleon. I'm stuck in this box.
So tell me, who do you like to dress up as?
David Bowie.
That would make sense. He was thin like you, and which Ziggy Stardust David Bowie or the Thin White Duke David Bowie?
Any David Bowie, because David Bowie could transcend anything. He could do whatever he wanted. I want to do whatever I want, but I'm trapped in. It's okay. There's no point to being mad.
So what would you say to a chameleon on the outside who's living the La Vida Loca?
Come bust me out of the zoo, man. I'm really helpful. I can do David Bowie impressions. I'm really good at parties. Just,
Did you want to do a David Bowie impression for us right now?
if you come save me, I'll do it.
Okay, that's a fair trade. I'll let you off the hook on that line.
Oh, good. I'll see you soon then. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll see you soon. Don't worry. And finally, every zoo should have a pair of animals that are mated for life. And our two swans, Jim and Libby, have been. How long have you guys been married?
35 years.
35 years. Jim, are you also from the South?
35 wonderful, glorious years.
No, Libby, you seem to be rolling your eyes. I mean, and why am I talking like Southern all of a sudden? It's just kind of contagious.
Yep.
So where did you guys meet, Lib?
Oh, there were some people having this crawfish boil, and so we just rolled up on that, and one thing led to another.
Jim, do you remember that meeting? This gorgeous
Not
swan
that
way?
well. I think there was a certain amount of alcohol involved.
Well, he was surely drinking. He's always drinking.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. That's why our marriage has been so successful.
Drinking has kept a lot of marriages together. We do realize that.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you guys so separated right now, though?
Well, we're only a couple inches apart, actually. As you can see, I mean, I could reach right up there and probably touch her screen if I tried real hard.
He thinks that we are. He's a totally different place. He's that drunk. He doesn't even know.
Let me just have a little sip of White Lightning here. I'll be right back.
I'm clearly in the woods.
I
I left 3 days ago. He doesn't even know.
I think he's in the woods, too, in many ways, though.
I knew there was
Amen.
something missing. Oh, it's you. That's right, honey.
Listen, say something loving to your wife so we know that you guys really are swans that mate for life.
Honey, nobody holds my head when I'm sick like you do.
And Libby, go on. Say something. Come on. You do love him. 35 years. Come on now.
You do have a pretty nice beak.
Thank you.
You know what? We're going to go out on that line. And he does have a nice beak. Thanks, guys. And this is our At the Zoo animals here. And we're very happy to have brought all those creatures to you. By the way, it's PopCon weekend. That's popcon.us. Make sure you go on the website. I said that twice. Johnny, 2 times. I got to go to the can. Go to the can. Check out the website. Go see the great events at the convention center tomorrow and Sunday. And just spread the word. Put your pictures up on the PopCon page. And what we'd like to do now, a year ago, in the middle of the pandemic, right before, and by the way, PopCon, I just want you to know, because of you, I moved to Indiana last year. I just made so many great friends out here that it was kind of a fait accompli that would move out. But we got to do a show for PopCon last year in the middle of the pandemic, and we thought we would play one of the sketches that we did back then. Something we do on occasion, and we're gonna do a version 2 of this in the next coming months as it gets close to Christmas season. But this is Santa and the Elves, and it's a bit we call Great Moments in Elf Cinema. And by the way, this is for our company members. You have 5 minutes. Robert, let's see Great Moments in Elf Cinema. And that would mean I take my camera off. I do know that. I'm going to talk till we see the picture, just so you know that there's a...
Well, I didn't do that on the floor, Mother. Rudolph must have done that. Merry Christmas in July, boys and girls. It's Santa here with his elves. We're so excited to be part of PopCon. In fact, the elves have been working on something special for you. It's called Great Moments in Elf Cinema. Let's watch. I'll clean it up, Mother. Don't worry.
Draw me like one of your French elves.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
It puts the frosting in the basket or it gets the candy cane hose again.
Frankly, reindeer, I don't give a damn. Violet green is gumdrops.
Who's looking at you, Blitzen?
Elf. James Elf.
I'm gonna get you and your little elf, too.
I see gingerbread people. Look, I am your father, Christmas.
We're gonna need a bigger sleigh.
Hasta la vista, Blinky.
Put your gumdrops together and blow.
The hoof? You can't handle the hoof! Take your stinking hoofs off me, you damn dirty reindeer!
Elementary, my dear Blitzen.
I picked a bad day to give up reindeer glue.
Leave the reindeer. Take the cannoli.
I'm gonna make him some cookies he can't refuse. I've always depended upon the kindness of reindeer.
Rudolph, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
There's no place like home. Depot.
Mama always said life is like a box of snowballs. I'll be back in the back of the sleigh.
Here's Grinchy!
Mrs. Claus, we'll have a problem.
What's in Santa's bag?
Say hello to my little friend!
Hi!
I love the smell of Santa in the morning.
Let me introduce the elves to you. First, there's Blinky, there's Winky, there's Dinky, there's Stinky, and of course, there's Fred. Santa and the elves, wave to everybody. Hi!
Hi!
And of course, our boy Josh Demery was Stinky, I think was his elf name. Again, we did that for PopCon a year ago. That was kind of the first thing we did, and we're going to be redoing a lot of the elf stuff this year. Our next, Ren, Emily, and Chris, I think, right? Do I have that correctly, or is it Ren, Libby? Oh no, Ren, Libby, and Chris. And Ren, what are the odds that you're wearing the same shirt a year later? Isn't that strange?
I mean, I'm not pushing up daisies, so I'll take it.
No, I'm just saying. You're not pushing up daisies, my little chameleon. All right, this is a game that we kind of matched up, as you kids say. We have a game we love to play called Alphabet, where they have to alternate sentences starting with A, B, C, D. And we have a game called Storytelling. But this is called Alphabet Storytelling. Don't play the music yet. Where they have to start a story. I just wanted to warn Robert. Libby, I believe, is the initiator. Her sentence begins with A, Ren's with B, Chris with C. We go all the way through the alphabet. Don't worry, kids. They have it written down in front of them. They know the letters of the alphabet. We're going to take a suggestion that came in from one of the listeners about their favorite holiday, which is Christmas. So this story will be entitled Bob's Special Christmas. And it goes something like this.
Aardvarks were everywhere.
About the same time Aardvarks showed up, so did Bob.
Christmas is the holiday they're all here to celebrate together.
Didn't anyone tell them that this was the best Christmas ever?
Everyone came slightly prepared. They had presents for everyone, except Bob.
Forgetful they were about Bob's present. What were they going to do?
Go to the store. They had to go to the store and get something great for Bob. This was the best Christmas ever.
How could they forget? They had to find the best present of all time.
I know they must have got me something, Bob thought to himself.
Just then, all the animals appeared with piles of presents.
Knocking their hooves on the floor, they dropped their presents, and all of them were wrapped, ready for Bob.
Landed right there in a pile that kept growing as big as a tower.
Many of the presents were actually growing.
Nobody seemed to notice until the presents started to sing.
Ominous music played in the background as they sung to Bob.
Petrified. Bob didn't know if he wanted to open those presents.
Quickly, the presents felt so bad and guilty, they started to unwrap themselves for Bob.
Remains of people fell out of the presents' wrappings.
Skeletons were everywhere.
Thank you for releasing us, Bob. We're going to destroy the planet for you.
Uranus came crashing towards the Earth.
Very little could be done at this point.
Welcome signs were what Bob started to hang because this Christmas was going one way.
Oh, X-ray beams shooting everywhere. What are they going to do?
You got me! You got me! Cried Bob.
Zoinks! This is the Christmas no one will ever forget.
I'm okay. I'm okay. That's just a beautiful Christmas story. I'm sure it's the Christmas story none of us expected. But I'll remember it for a very long time. Next, get ready, Robert, because we're going to go right to the music cue on this one. We're going to play a game called Man in the Street. We've done this many times before, but we're going to turn it over to our reporter in the street right outside the Indianapolis Convention Center where PopCon is going on. So let's go live to our Man in the Street interview. Music Maestro. Remind me never to take another job in cable television again. Hi, this is Man in the Street, and I'm your host, just in case, because you need a host, just in case. We're here at the Indiana Convention Center, where PopCon is going on, where we're going to speak to some of the people who have come in and come out, or walking the streets of Indianapolis. It's a beautiful night. It stopped raining for 9 minutes, so let's see who's going to be our first person up here. We're just waiting for someone to come over. If the producer could send someone over. Yes, young woman, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Kimmy.
Hi, Kimmy. You have a last name?
Yeah, I am Kimmy Filipovitz.
Kimmy Filipovitz. And Kimmy,
Yeah.
what do you do for a living?
I'm actually the PopCon news girl.
The PopCon news girl. I didn't know there was a PopCon news girl. So,
Seriously, you've been part of this forever. You've not seen me around?
well, they kind of keep me isolated in a room with a chameleon, but that's a whole other thing. So, what's the news at PopCon there, Em?
Oh my gosh. So
I mean,
there
Kim?
are I don't know who this M is, but she's probably
know
pretty
either.
cool because I'm one of the coolest news girls around.
I'm still stuck in the alphabet game. You know, I'm still thinking about that.
You know, it's the first day, so like people are just getting in, getting excited. I'm trying to get the scoop on like, you know, who's cosplaying as what and like what some of the cool collectibles are and who the guest people are.
So what was the most interesting cosplay you saw there?
Oh my gosh, I saw somebody dressed as Alf. Yeah.
An elf or Alf?
Alf. A-L-F.
Well.
Yeah. Like cat-eating little alien guy.
Yeah, well,
I thought
hopefully.
people forgot about him.
No, well, some of our younger kids are going to have to look him up over there.
You know, they should.
And what about the collectibles?
Oh my gosh, the collectibles. So rumor has it that there is one of those very rare Boba Fett's from 1979. I don't know where. I don't know who has it, but I heard it's here. So start looking.
Okay, well, I hope we find out. And what are you looking forward to most at PopCon?
Oh my gosh, I just like dishing the dirt and spreading all the news around to everybody at PopCon. It's my favorite time of year.
Well, you know what? Dish away and spread your dirt wherever you go, young woman. and we're happy to have you. And thanks for coming by.
All right, take
saying
care.
a few words with us. Take care. Who is next we have up here? We have a gentleman in a ball cap. Yeah. What is your name, sir?
My name is Tommy Sparkle. How you doing?
You know, I could have bet $100, Tommy, that you were going to appear tonight. My favorite radio disc jockey. What was the station you are in Indianapolis again?
I have no idea. I'm here looking for a job. If you got a station, I'm your guy.
You know, Tommy, you were very popular in the 1960s. What happened? You did a lot of AM radio.
I got old.
You got old.
Yeah.
They don't hire us in radio anymore when
You'll
you get old.
find out. You just hang around for a while. It'll happen to you.
Well, it's already happening slowly but surely. So, Tommy, what do you miss about the old days of radio?
I miss spindles. Those little things you used to put on the centerpiece, and you take those little 45s and put them on around there. They don't make spindles anymore.
They don't make spindles. And once again, we have young people screaming towards Google right now to look up that word and see what that is.
I can tell you.
What do you think of the music of today there, Tommy?
I can't stand it. Can't stand it at all. But if you're paying me, I'll play it.
Absolutely. And what was the greatest romantic love song most requested on your radio show?
Stairway to Heaven.
There you go. You know what? That's such an inside radio joke that I hope there's radio people really laughing out there.
Who doesn't know Led Zeppelin? Hey, come on, man.
Who doesn't know that everybody called the station to hear that song? And why are you at PopCon?
Looking for work. Like I said, you're not paying attention, are you, big guy?
No, I'm not paying anything. Otherwise, I'd hire you there, Tommy.
That's funny.
Well, that's what I do for a living. Well, Tommy, thanks for dropping by. He took himself out. I love that. I would have. Oh, it could be Little Red Riding Hood or not. What is your name, ma'am?
My name's Agatha Christie.
Are you related to the famous author?
That's me. I'm talking to somebody. I haven't seen anybody in I don't know how long.
I would say at least 100 years. I would think. Close to
what?
That. Yeah, Agatha Christie wrote in the last century, very early on. You know.
That's me. Then there were none. Murder on the Orient Express. That's me.
Fantastic. Arsenic and Old Lace. I don't know if you wrote that. Did you write that?
I did. That was
okay. Well, where have you been?
I don't know. I was on a train and I fell asleep, I guess, and I woke up and it's just dark and there's nobody here. It's so cold.
It is cold, and you're well. If you go to the convention center where PopCon's going on, there'll be lots of people in there.
There's more people.
There is more people.
Oh my God! I gotta find my way out of here.
Okay. Well, thanks for dropping by.
I'm gonna try to find you.
Agatha, I'll be here all night in case you need. And
I'm so glad.
That's all right, Agatha.
I'm gonna find you. I'll see you.
Okay, it's so nice to know that Agatha put on a winter coat when earlier she was telling me, "Wow, look, it's the guy from Up." What is your name, sir?
My name is Gus Washington.
Gus, what do you do, or what did you do, Gus? Are you retired? Just a guess on my part.
Well, yes, I used to work the docks down there at good old Geist Reservoir.
The docks at the reservoir here in Indianapolis?
Well, it's kind of on the east side, northeast side.
On the north end. And what did you do on the docks?
I was security guard. I was protecting the docks from the pirates, you see.
The pirates? That must have been a long time ago.
It was. It was like 20 years ago.
And is this your first PopCon that you've gone to?
Yeah, it's great. I really like their virtual reality. Am I still there?
I think all of us are still there, young man. So did your grandkid bring you to PopCon? You have grandkids?
Yeah, he's a big fan of that one show, the Star Wars thing with the guy with the helmet. I think it's called the Zandalordigan.
Yeah, the Zandalorgan. Yes, that's a very famous show. My friend Les Eller loves that show. I figured I'd say his name and perhaps he'll buy me breakfast on Monday. That's just what
you can always try.
So, yes, Gus, you're right. Gus, so let me ask you. Gus, sorry, we'll get a producer over to you in a second, Gus. Gus, aside from pudding, what are you looking forward to most of this weekend?
Well, I like meeting the celebrities, it makes me feel important when I'm standing next to them.
Like who have you been taking a picture, who's selfie with? What celebrities?
Well, that one lady there, she was on that one show with the two guys at the car. I think her name's Amelia Swallow.
Well, fantastic show. I haven't seen it, but I've heard. Lovely. Anybody maybe we might know?
Well, there's some Power Ranger guys and a guy from the parks and the Squawker Recreation.
The Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that, by the way, Gus, and then I think it's that good. And Gus, what are you looking forward to just in life in general? You've lived a good life. Is there something you haven't done that you want to do?
Well, I'd like to try Taco Bell again, but it flows right through you.
Well, thanks a lot there, Gus. We appreciate it. We're going to get you a producer and a medic and
okay.
Probably some spirit gum to remove the mustache. Yeah.
Hey, have you seen some kids smoking in here?
Yeah, right there, right down the hall over there. They were there. Okay. Big cigars, too.
Big cigars.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I got to go get them.
Oh, okay.
This doesn't have anything in it. I'm just going to beat them with it.
You really shouldn't be killing the people that go to PopCon.
Well, they're smoking indoors. That's not allowed.
No. Maybe they're smoking fish.
Maybe they're smoking fish. Oh, I haven't thought of that. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they're smoking hot. Right? No, it's smoke. That's why I have a fire extinguisher.
You know what? I know an annoyed, bitter beaver that you sound just like. I got to tell you.
Oh, what was he chasing smoking teenagers too?
Well, in essence, he was. But I think if you just go, then you can probably catch them.
Thanks for wasting my time.
God, you know what? I love that, boy. Do we have any last people coming up here? Wait a second. It's one of the PopCon celebrities. Louise, is that the name?
Yeah, that's me.
Wow, and Louise Berger, is that your last name?
Belcher, but I'll allow it just this once. Just this once. You get one pass. Yeah, you just used it, buddy. You just used it.
Okay, and Louise, how are you?
I'm okay, still selling, loose art supplies to the kids at school, making money on the side.
And what brings you to PopCon, Louise?
You, Peter.
What? You're here to see me?
Yeah.
Well, that's very sweet of you.
You give such good hugs, and I just wanted to see you, and I brought a little extra something for you. I'm going to hand it to you after the show. It's my dad's burger of the day.
And what's in the burger of the day?
The popcorn burger. It's made with popcorn.
Popcorn on the burger. Well, thank God I have original papaya enzyme that helps me digest. Because
Oh yeah, it'll block you up for weeks. Oh, it's
I-
terrible.
And Louise, your relationship with your siblings and your mom is okay?
You know, you can't choose your siblings
Yeah, I know.
or your parents really, so
That's true.
they'll do for now.
So, what are you looking forward to most of the rest of PopCon this weekend, aside from me, of course?
Getting more sweet face masks. You know why?
Why?
Because you can keep selling the same loose art supplies to the same kids over and over again, and they're
You know
so
what?
stupid. They just keep buying them. The
That's-
dopes.
Well, I applaud your capitalism, young woman, and thanks for dropping by today. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I got that burger for you. Don't forget.
No, the popcorn burger. A popcorn burger at PopCon. You know, it's a terrible thing. I thought we were done, but I guess not. So what's your name, sir?
Yeah, bro. My first name is Will. Last name, you spot me, bro. I am all about fitness.
What is that? You flashed it up to the screen. I couldn't see what it was there. Oh, muscle milk. Oh, so you're lovely. You're a bodybuilder.
Yeah, bro. I could totally spot you in the gym.
No one spots me in the gym. I'm nowhere near a gym, so you probably spot me in the diner often. You might even spot me in the Fat Boy shirt store, but you're never going to spot me in the I don't think so,
bro.
Well, back in the day, bro. I once upon a time. So, what are you doing at PopCon? What's a bodybuilder doing at PopCon?
Bro, I'm totally all about that cosplaying, you know. I'm gonna maybe go as like an action hero, or maybe like one of the video game characters, or like The Witcher, because I'm basically Henry Cavill, basically, dude. I'm like Superman, okay?
You're the Indiana Henry Cavill, I think, and I think your hair is perfect for, well, you know, kid play more than anything else, but you know. I made an old man laugh. That made me very happy right over there. Well, if you could say something to all the bodybuilders of America, this is your last chance, because we've run out of time on our show today. I have another improv to get up here. What would you say to a young bodybuilder just starting out?
Yeah, man, working out is worth the wait.
If you're a Buddhist, you'll really get that. Working out is worth the wait. Wow. It's all grab our goatees and nod right here. Thank you. Thanks for coming by. We appreciate. He was frozen solid. Well, that's all the time we have, and we're going to move on to another improv now. Come on back, Robert. We just got a couple more left. Hey, how are you? I'm looking for my Dr. Seuss players. That would be James, and I think it's M. And there's one more. Is it Robert? Oh, it's you. It is you. Okay, fantastic. This is our penultimate improvisation. You can stay with us after the show. We'll answer a few questions if you have anything about improv. Once again, popcon.us for all the information for more tickets for this weekend. I'm sure there are 1-day passes and 2-day passes available, but make sure you check on the website. And if you're interested in improv, give us a call. In fact, better than a call, I'm not going to give you my phone number. Write me, Peter Spellos at gmail.com, and we'll tell you all about how to take our improv classes. And perhaps one day it will be you up there with a red wig just like Emily.
Oh my
And,
God. I work hard for this hair, Peter.
You know what? I put in hours in the sink with metal pieces of paper and that little comb doing all that stuff. That's all right. I had to lacquer my head down so it looked like Jim's this evening. All right. Hey, Libby,
Yes.
come on. I want to ask you a question. We went. No.
Anybody else hear that?
That's my entrance music.
Josh Demery, if you're listening to this, please come home, Josh. I want you to give us the suggestion, because we didn't get a suggestion for a thing a child is obsessed with.
My child is obsessed with toy trains.
And how old is your little boy?
2.5.
He's a beautiful little boy, too.
Thank you.
She has a great son named Pax. So toy trains. So as you know, Dr. Seuss does the greatest kids books, but also this year, Dr. Seuss had this problem with some of their books being banned. So we're going to do the non-banned version, the first one, and then the banned version of the Dr. Seuss books. Jim and I will start. I will start, James. This Dr. Seuss poem for you boys and girls. Oh, wait, Robert, let's do the music cue on time. And this is called...
I don't know. Peter gets really grouchy when I hit the music. He gets really grouchy when he forgets the music. I don't know if he's going to say the music.
Look, I haven't eaten since a few minutes before 7:30, so I'm grouchy if I don't eat every 2 hours. So let's hear the music for Dr. Seuss Unplugged. Attaboy.
I'm 2 for 8. I am, like, in baseball hitting terms, I'm killing it.
That sounds like the previous music.
You know what? Chris is always funniest when he's off screen. I really love that about him.
You know, the further away he gets,
the funnier he is. We always say that about that young boy. Look, he looks like you when you were younger. Anyway, we're going to do a couple of Dr. Seuss poems about the same subject of toy trains. Oh, I love to wear my conductor's hat.
I always know where it's at. It makes me so happy to put it on.
I wear it and I feel like John, the conductor I met at the station.
He's the one who has animation. He has the best cartoon books.
And he likes to show them to me. And I look and I see all the trains I love so much.
They are wonderful to see, but better to touch. And that's why I have ink all of my fingers.
It makes me happy, and this I won't linger. I'll run to my toys, and I'll play with them good.
Just like a young boy or girl should. And when I'm through with them at the end of the day,
I really feel so happy and gay that I decide that I feel like I should sing.
And so I do. My voice, it rings across the room and down the hall.
I feel so good. I don't want a ball. I want a train to play with, Mom.
And if you don't get me one, then I'm gone because I must have my special toy.
It's always good for a boy or girl or even a goy. For my Jewish friends out there. We go. Okay, now we'll do the darker version of Toy Train Dr. Seuss. Very good, James.
Good for you, Peter.
And me también. Ready? Begin.
Toy trains cost so much.
I like to buy them, but I cannot touch because they are so costly, you see.
I put everything in them for you and for me. It even made me declare, I'm broke.
I hope that these toy trains will choke my little brother who wants to buy my toy trains.
I'll ram it down his throat for my gain. I'll murder them all with my little toys.
And that will be my greatest joy, for once again, the trains will be mine.
And no one can take them, not even one kind. That's right, my collection continues to grow.
And grow until I'll sew a whole big yard just full of trains.
I like them better for my personal gain. You see, my collection grows more vast.
I hope my train collection will always last.
Beautiful, guys. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Oh, it's a lovely thing. I was so worried what you were going to rhyme with, Emily, but I'm very happy that it was last. That was a very good one. Once again, we want to thank you for playing with us. This is our 4th time at PopCon. We really hope to see you in person next year. Maybe we can even convince the Jim to fly out and do it live with us. But we hope Jim and I are both alive next year. So that's the main thing that we worry about more than anything. Fingers crossed, man. Taking that Metamucil, it's looking good. This last improv is really,
Peter,
yes.
Robert?
I just I wanted to respond to something I saw in the comments from a little while back that I missed. They pointed out that muscle milk might be about 90% bull semen. To that, dear commenter, let me just say, if that's true, muscle milk is still the way I'd prefer to get that as opposed to any other.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And for those being funny at home, I would keep your day job. I really is that's what I would do. Or take a class, funny boy. Come on and join us, because we know who. That's right, Peter. Hey, Jim, give me a Tommy Sparkle for the class.
Hey, that's peterspellows@gmail.com. Don't wait. Contact him now.
And by the way, before we do the last thing, Jim, I have begun to repurpose many of the radio bits that Jim and I did, and visually now. So we're going to be re-airing stuff that we did 40 years ago. That's still funny. On July 20th, it will be. I'm not going to say anything, but stay tuned on our PopCon page. Anyway, this is a game called I Kissed-A. This is like dirty jokes or dad jokes. This is all punchlines. Let me get the first group up there. We'll do 2 rounds through with the first group. I'll disappear in a minute. I think Jim disappears in a minute too. Go away. You're in the last group with me, dear. The order of this is, just let me get my notes up here. Robert, Martin, Chris, and Emily. Chris, it's you. I love you, man. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to disappear. So the first thing you kissed is a swimming instructor. Go.
I kissed a swimming instructor, and it was like going off the high dive.
I kissed a swimming instructor and drowned.
I kissed a swimming instructor, and then I got all wet.
I kissed a swimming instructor. That was some mouth to mouth.
I kissed a swimming instructor. She showed me the breaststroke.
I kissed a swimming instructor and saw her thong.
I kissed a swimming instructor, and she guarded my life.
I kissed a swimming instructor, and I've got nothing.
It's a swimming.
Let me last, Peter.
I got no. That's all right. You got funny left. And just look at Jones. You'll laugh right away. One more for you guys. Superheroes. I kissed a superhero. Go.
I kissed a superhero, and she made me up, up, and away.
I kissed a superhero, and it saved my day.
I kissed a superhero, and she collected my gems.
I kissed a superhero. He was really handsome in his cape.
I kissed a superhero, and now I have to see a doctor. Strange.
I kissed a superhero. It was Aquaman.
I kissed a superhero, and now my parents are dead.
I kissed a superhero, and he actually let me drop.
I kissed a superhero, and he made my lantern green, but that's a whole other story. All right, next group up there. That was very funny. Hi, it's Elvis. Look. Oh, Libby, you're shaking your head at me. That means it was funny. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. There we go. All right. This is the last 2. What's the order? I think it's
me.
Brett, Libby, Jim, me.
Yeah.
I always put myself in the tough one. All right. I kissed I can't even read my own handwriting. Gardener or landscaper. I know what you call it out here.
I kissed a gardener. Now I smell like manure.
I kissed a gardener, and he made me bloom.
I kissed a gardener, and she made me smoke the grass.
I kissed a gardener, and she trimmed my bush.
I kissed a gardener, and I found the hidden bodies.
I kissed a gardener right in the 2 lips.
I kissed a gardener and then had to rake up afterwards.
I kissed a gardener, and then I shot the guy with the leaf blower 2 times in the head for coming on at 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. Okay, next one. Finally, I kissed a cheesemaker.
I kissed a cheesemaker, and now I'm all bloaty and farty.
I kissed a cheesemaker. It was pretty Gouda.
I kissed a cheesemaker. It was holy.
I kissed a cheesemaker. Her name was Brie.
Ooh, I kissed a cheesemaker, stinky and spreadable.
I kissed a cheesemaker, and all the cream rose to the top.
I kissed a cheesemaker, and
I kissed a cheesemaker and we had an damn good time, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah.
Let me get the whole company up here. Thank you, Ren. We are Breakfast Anytime Improv and Sketch Comedy. If we had outgoing music, which we don't, we would play it right here. And perhaps another time. I know, no, we're not playing the music.
It wouldn't be on cue anyways.
Yeah. Now Chris is giving Robert a hard time. Let me, Gar Nollinger, Chris Keys, they run the ship here. We thank you very much for always having us back. Les Eller, you're a sad old man. I just wanted to say that in front of everybody. But Les runs all the volunteers and takes good care of his minions. So if you have any questions for us, we'll stay on line a few minutes. You can put them in the comments section. Robert will read them to us. If not, you can slowly watch us drink and just kind of. Emily's been drinking since 4 this afternoon, so
Okay.
Been very exciting about her. Yes, Ren, are you raising your hand to drink, or?
Oh no, I was saying I've been drinking since noon.
Well, you know what? I love a day drinker. I love that about you. So again, we have a great time when we come to PopCon. It was difficult, as you know, to get an outdoor venue for us this year. So we just decided to bring our insanity on a Friday night. You know, some people are only going to the weekend, so we wanted to offer you guys a place to hang out. There was great stuff. The film festival has been going on. I know they have a whole mess of wonderful guests coming in tomorrow and Sunday. Vendors, please buy their art. I mean, that's one of the great things about still being performers is you really got to support your local artists. Whether they're here in Indianapolis or they're people you know in your community, spend that money outside of the stores and buy a print, buy a locket, buy something that someone has made, especially now when more and more people are spending time to do all that stuff. And in the gaming communities and in all the nerd communities, everybody has their favorite, whether it's Doctor Who or Star Wars or science fiction or anything Jim Brownell did from the 1950s. Tommy Sparkle. You know, I swear, Tommy Sparkle is a radio character that Jim did. We did a comedy sketch that we both listened to this week, and it reminded me of that voice. And so I was thinking about it today to tell you that. And damn it, son, we're still on the same page 40 years later. Yeah. You had the Tommy Sparkle, and Gus Washington will be one of the correspondents on the Pete and Jim Report, which Jim and I will be doing a weekly newscast that airs once a month because we're too old to get our stuff together right now. But we got a lot of great stuff coming up in July. We have our last class in a couple weeks, and we usually take 6 weeks off for the summer, but we're going to be doing a lot of recording of stuff. A lot of characters, and you know, Chris, I don't know why everybody in this group says you're not funny. I think you're very funny.
I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. They're not watching me, obviously.
I mean, email after. First of all, I personally love the bitter fire marshal, and that you actually went out and got a fire extinguisher for your house.
Yeah, no, I just went down to Dollar General and got one for it. That's
commitment.
If they're not asking any questions online, we can ask each other questions. So I'm going to ask the first question. Mrs. Bovin, 5.5 years, and now I know you can do an Elvis?
I only just found out myself.
You know.
Such modesty.
You know, if I'm in a man in the street interview someday and Elvis happens to drop by, I might even get you a little wig to kind of fix that.
Not that good.
What? Listen to Jim's voices. They're not that good, but he commits to, you know.
Listen to this one, the one I'm doing now. Huh?
Hey, the ones in his head are pretty good, though.
Well, you know what? Thank God we all have voices in our head because of what makes us funny. And just a brief, a heartfelt thank you to Robert, who
doesn't know how to use his fingers.
Who doesn't know? who did not.
It.
Josh, if you're at PopCon having a good time, fight me, okay? That's all I gotta say. Fight me with both hands, all right? That's really what I gotta say to you. But Robert, thank you for just having fun with this. And guys, I hope more than anything else, you folks out there, you just see what a good time we have. It's not going to always be perfect. It's live theater. I know Jimmy and I grew up watching live television. So the fact that it's goofy, the fact that, I can hire someone like Chris who, has issues, obviously. It's fabulous. And Martin, I love Gus. And I swear, he just looks like the guy from Up more than anything else. It's why I keep saying it. And you can really get high off that spirit gum, just in case you run out of bourbon some night. Not that I know these things, boys and girls. I've read about it.
I do want to say that even though there was a lot of goofs, that ABC story was pretty damn good. I don't know.
Oh, really? Dragging Uranus down? You call that pretty damn good, really?
So while that was going on, I was grabbing things for Man on the Street. And I came back, it was like this blissful Christmas thing with aardvarks. And then I got back to Uranus. I'm like, whoa. That was a turn of events.
Once I put it up and I realized it was Libby, Red, and Chris, I went, oh, those two dark moons are going to dampen her sunshine. Uh-oh.
Obviously, you guys never had like 105-degree fever dream, because that's what I heard. I thought it was magical.
You know what? I don't get to say this to you in a group in front of people often, but you guys are just terrific. You're the reason I moved here. The work you're doing is fabulous. I love directing you. I love writing for you and with you, and having Brownlow back in here, being able to share the largest part of my comedy life where it all started, and now where it's all going to end. is really a special treat. Jim and I have begun to write on every Wednesday at noon. We have regular writing sessions, just like back in the old days. And I'm telling you, we make each other laugh for an hour and a half, but we're very critical of the work. We pull out words like, no, that would fit there. No, Jim, put that there. No, Peter, put that over there. It's
I
very.
I want to tell you what we pull out. Really.
I'm surprised you guys know how to do that.
Well, you know what?
I'm just saying, because no one did that back then in the 1800s.
We were being funny when you were a zygote, young man. Okay, just remember
we write
that.
with quills.
You mean when I was a bull semen in the muscle milk?
Now you're funny.
I got $1 said that was Les Eller. Really, I know. And the great thing about the comment section, boys and girls, is when we see the live show recorded again, I'll see all the comments, and I'm coming to get you all. I promise. I know where you live. But it's I've had this team together. I saw Em and Chris, Simon.
Aww.
Simon Plum. If it wasn't for Simon Plum, I would not have a career again. For 2 years, he chased me down. He ran a convention in England called Auto Assembly that actually, when he left and sold and moved on to TF Nation, he chased me down to be there. And I was going through, some of the rough period that I had when I first came back. But he brought me to England, and if I'm not in Indiana, which I love and will be here for the rest of my life, I would have moved to England because of that. So, Simon, thank you. And Trish, I love you, Simon's wife. You know what? He is. We call that George. Let me finish first of all. Simon, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. And I hope your health is just fantastic. Thank you. Georgie, we call that a 5 o'clock hitter in baseball. It means during batting practice, they hit nothing but home runs. But when the game comes, zip, 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 zip. That's all they get. And by the way, PJ Boba said that. Well, we're part of Emily's review, Brendan.
Hi, guys.
In fact, let me take off my shirt here. You know what? My group made that group sound together. That's what I was hoping for. But again, Simon. By the way, Simon's in England, so it is 2:30 o'clock. He's up in.
Man.
Oh, no, Simon, don't get mad at me. He's in Wales. He's not in England. I don't.
Okay.
Oh, that's the same thing, right?
Oh,
yeah.
First of all, you can piss the Welsh off because you'll never understand what the hell they're saying. So, and I almost used the F word there. I had to edit myself, realizing I'm still online. And by the way, that's 3 shows in a row that I have not dropped the F bomb.
Good for you.
What, Frank?
I so wanted to say, blank off in that moment, Jim, but I couldn't because we're still live and we never know who's listening.
Do you need us to change the size of the bomb for you, the shape of the bomb, and drop it? Or...
No. The F bomb, it's, in New York, Libby, it's a noun, it's an adjective, it's an adverb, it's everything.
It's everything, right?
It is everything. It's like spicy mustard. You just put it on everything. Anything else from the audience, Robert? Anybody whining, asking us questions or anything? Saying anything at all? We're past. I am, by the way, way past my bedtime. So this is very exciting for me to be up this late.
My 2-year-old only just barely fell asleep. So.
Good.
No, see that a boy, Simon. There we go. Absolutely. I'm going to come. I am going to come to Wales someday. I am hoping, Simon. Just so you know, the plan is 2022 in Liverpool. I'll teach my classes in England in Liverpool in 2022.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's what. That's why. You don't remember Sayonara Paulie, do you, Jim? We wrote a bit about Paul McCartney getting busted in the Tokyo airport. I played the announcer and you played John Lennon laughing hysterically at Paul McCartney.
Oh, look at who got arrested.
By the way, this is what it's going to look like at the old age home for Jim and I. Just kind of going over all the stuff that we did, for a lifetime.
Yep.
But yeah, I hope to see you next year, Simon, when I get back over to England. It's funny because 2014 is when I first went there, and 2015 is when I went. They brought me over to PopCon as a voiceover guest for the first time, and I just fell in love with that country. If you haven't been, it's amazing, and I just made friends. I haven't gotten to Ireland or Wales yet, but I have friends all over England that, and I have an improv company in England called the Improvicons, and we are performing with them on August 14th. At TF Nation. So if you haven't taken an improv class, there are other improv classes, and Robert's going to be stunned that I'm going to say this, but there's comedy, sports, and there's lots of stuff that you can take here in town. But if you are looking for something a little out of the ordinary, and we definitely do it a little different around here, and you're looking to also hopefully come and be a part of the sketch company. Because when I met Mr. Brownhold in I hate this year, 77, we were both part of the same company. He was with the sketch company and I was with the improv company. And it really was improv and sketches. And that was our first love. And certainly we did over 100. We were prolific on WPLJ. There are 100 stuff. And it's just lucky. Do your work. If you're listening out there, well, I like to play Rodolfo in the Contessa. That's really that is, and Rodolfo is the chauffeur. All the time. I had to keep my eyes off you. Oh, not that game. I'm sorry. What's everybody's favorite game to play? Libby, we'll ask you because that's your husband.
Poetry.
What was that?
Poetry, maybe.
Poetry. We haven't done that in a while. We'll have to do it next show. You have to remind me of these things. I'm old. Emily, what's your favorite game?
I like the zoo animals.
Yeah, me too. It's really because it's an interview show. It's homage to Steve Allen.
It's always a delightful surprise too. You just kind of get up and you're like, "Oh, what's it gonna be?"
Well, I went for some weird animals this time.
Yeah,
and there's a chart of emotions that I work with that has like 900 emotions on it. So I always kind of mix it up.
Yeah.
Chris, aside from Uranus, what do you find funny?
Uranus.
Thank you, sir.
No, I Kista is probably my favorite. Usually I'm good until someone throws some stupid shit like superheroes, but usually.
I don't know.
Who doesn't want to kiss Jason Momoa, by the way?
Oh, right.
That's the best.
Seriously. Why would you be disappointed about that?
Y'all know you want to feel those strong arms just holding you close like nothing can get you. Don't lie.
Now, are you talking
I
about
told
me,
you not
Ren?
to read from my diary. Stop it, Ren.
Ren, what's your favorite game?
Ooh, I like Good, Bad, Worse because you can kind of mess with everybody if you have the good position and give horrific advice, and it just sets everyone else to just try to be scraping the bottom of that barrel.
I don't think we played that game outside of rehearsal.
No, I don't think we have.
Do you have what are the ones we do that you like?
Ooh, ABA. I think that's pretty fun.
She's getting all the games we do in workshop. I love that. It's great. Jonesy.
Man in the Streets. I love characters.
He loves men in the streets.
I love Men in the Streets.
You might try that in private.
I love that game too.
But by the way, I loved your chameleon because you got one eye right up to the screen tonight. That was
His ring light, it hurt. I hope it was worth it.
By the way, people who are still listening, all three of you, this is what we call the post-game show, where we kind of wrap up the day's games and see what we did. Robert, how you feeling? You were swimming. You were in a one-arm rowboat. You know what I mean? It was just a lot of stuff to do, and I was on top of it. And the fact that you kept coming in early, I would think on purpose every once in a while, was we have fun. We don't care. It's not going to be perfect, and that's what we want to make sure you guys know at home. Improv is not perfection. Improv is explosions of laughter and fun. But Robert, what's your favorite game that we do?
I enjoy Ikista, and I enjoy the After Dark version of that game, whose name I'm not sure I can say on PopCon's public family channel.
Yeah, well, that's true. Most of us old punsters like Ikista because it can get really risque, for want of a better word. Again, I tend to be over the top. What a surprise when I do it! But it was terrific. And Josh, once again, we missed you, and Amy, who is Amy's on her boat, wherever that is. Amy and her husband are on a boat for the summer, so they're and Ben and Leonard and yeah, she's not back. Yeah, they go every weekend, I think. The summer.
That's cool.
Oh, they're not like sailing off somewhere for the summer.
Oh no, this is not. This is not.
She's living a very different life than her Billy Baths was leading me to believe.
Yeah. No, actually, she is the captain of the QE2. She goes out and takes the old lady out for a spin during the summer. Jones, I think that the dinner bell rang for you there. I didn't know what that noise was.
Mine is ringing. This is delightful, but I must go.
We have long ended our stay here on the PopCon channel. James, I'll see you on Wednesday.
It's a date.
It's a date. The rest of you, I will be speaking to you to set up recording sessions with everybody. Robert, I see you Monday for editing. Can't wait. What we have in the pipeline, guys, is really exciting. Libby and M and Ren, Shakespeare Weather Ladies. I can't wait to give you the one-liners for all that. But we'll be recording that in a couple weeks. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Les, and the volunteers who are working at PopCon. We love you guys. We're sorry we couldn't be there in person, but thank you for letting us be there with you now. Jimmy, have a great dinner. We'll see you guys
too,
soon.
guys. Delightful.
Take
Thank
care.
you so much. How do we do this?
No, we might be still on. He has to kill the stream. Now we can tell all those